Yeah, for Makwaba Daily Update TV, best sending number channel so mobile hit and number subscribe. Mobile like Yashama, one pence me be a tear so any be a tear for Mr. Muse. Mobile Jim Rainy and Agenia Boromon Tentamakuti in summer needy a trago. A year a cuiser to a black one and near a decent be about to draw. Now Mobakaya and Chebiana chaos a sea voter region in Sukasi Yiri a trifine Crophonia Maswa a says a dining near my baby. Na NDC for project bi to ho se da bi omontwen ma omunuanom atoyenchema ato omono bebre enyira na omoyo magwe se omubesisi adan ni bi ama nkofo atoyenchema to omo na first project a omodi kan build no 300 house na ekame se fani pa 300 and first project omo se to aso ne no na owo chimu se chief imam so ya dia odonati 70,000 Ghanaians and Kanisika 700 million. Ibrahim Mahama Swabo and Penufo Bibri na Kamese or Maka NDC who abwa a disedumana or Mugusu a dised in Seshaya as a bano. Na 84 Messer was say, Germania da Gideon room. You could see some ma, who could told so the upper pontia a Kamese a touch it. Now you could hear in 7 or you could hear
these hospitals are suffering in silence. Until I started interviewing them and they opened up to me and said, look, we are suffering. This is a killer, you know. But everybody is afraid to talk. They're afraid of victimization. They're afraid of being transferred. I mean, we can't run a country that way. Yes, whatever they do, they should do. Let's at least, even if we'll lose our jobs or we'll be transferred, after what? You have your profession. Nobody can take it away from you. Let's speak out and save the lives of everybody. Because it can be any of us. It can be even you, that administrator, doctor who has refused to speak out, who is quiet. You also fall sick. They can be attending to you and the light will be disconnected. So this is so dangerous. We are all at risk that we must put political and partisan interests aside. This is not a partisan matter. It's about the right to life. Nothing can be more precious than human life. So it's unbelievable that all the key stakeholders have been quiet all this while.
And since we are on that, then let me move into your constituency, because monitoring you on social media, seems you are making progress in your alternative housing project that you have started when your constituents suffered from that disaster that you in states is man-made. So far, because I was looking at the numbers, how much have you been able to do? How much do you need to do to be able to cover everybody? What's the move? Because I also see from when you are putting the GPGC document out that you're saying the government is saying they are not in a position to provide any form of emergency housing to the people.
Yes, you are right. The government has not initiated any emergency housing so far in any of the affected communities. According to NADMO, some 40,000 people have been displaced. In North Tongu, which is the epicenter, 12,633 people were displaced. As I speak to you, according to NADMO data, 1,500 homes, houses, shelters, all gone, totally damaged. Now, what that means is that the people have had to put up in classrooms. So there are 21 camps in North Tongu, and these camps are just schools. So in North Tongu, children have been displaced twice, displaced from their homes and displaced from their schools, because their schools have been used as displaced camps. This requires urgent housing intervention because the people have nowhere to go, absolutely nowhere. And for Mefes and Kizito Secondary School, there's a real threat that the school will collapse if we don't carry out an urgent intervention. Because continuing students, Form 2s, Form 3s, their peers across the country reported 7-8 weeks ago. Then you have first years who reported last week, Monday, the 4th of December, across the country. even though there was public outcry that, look, why rush students to school for a few days and they have to come back for Christmas and all of that. The minister was adamant. He says he's the only wise person in the whole country. The unions are wrong, the PTAs are wrong, Parliament is wrong, the Speaker is wrong. He's the only one who understands education. So the PS, colleagues of all those at Maposa Kizito, are in school, and yet they cannot have access to their school. And some parents have started transferring, and you can't blame them. I mean, you want your children to be competitive. They're going to write the same WASI. So we had to, on our own, seeing that government is not forthcoming with any support in terms of housing, we decided to immediately launch our Safe Alternative Housing Initiative. And I must commend the First Sky Group. They were the first to listen to our plea. They came on board. So we offer the land, the private people build, and I furnish. The MP's office furnishes. So I'm providing beds, fans, and I'm also paying the utilities, paying the light bill and water bill of the people. And I say to the glory of God that we have been able in just 7 weeks to finish the first housing project. I think that this is a national record. I'm not aware of any affordable housing project or public housing project which has been finished in 7 weeks in the entire history of our country. So the first one, remember I cut the sword on the 19th of October. And last weekend, we moved the first 300 into this new affordable, and I shouldn't even say affordable. This is free housing. They don't have to pay rent. They don't have to pay utilities. All of that is sorted out because, let's be honest, these people have lost everything. My people don't have access to their farms, to their shops, to their livelihoods. Their money is swept away. The floods have taken their properties away. So it will be really insensitive on your part to expect that they can pay rent or they can pay for light bill or water bill. So I am glad that all of that is sorted out. So I can confirm to you that the first 300 have moved. Now, the beauty about this move is that we prioritize those who are the Maposa and Kizito secondary schools. And so we have now been able to free that school. And we have asked that academic work can now resume. They should start announcing that the students can come back. Parents should stop transferring their students. I have also gone ahead to do what I must do in terms of supporting the secondary school. I have catered for fumigation. Today, the painters are starting. We have to repaint the whole school. And these are all things that I thought that government should be doing. I mean, but we feel so abandoned. It's like we are not part of Ghana. It's as if we don't pay taxes. But I'm not a leader who, knowing, having had the president come to tell us in the face that we don't vote for him, clearly I know that we are not his priority and nothing will come. Even if anything will come, maybe late in the day. And if we are not careful, there will be so much damage. People may die out of hunger. Schools may collapse. And the whole enclave, the whole constituency will become such, a destitute land. But we are determined that that will not happen. And I want to commend the Ghanaian people. The Ghanaian people have really come through for us. Look, Senna, only yesterday, Her Ladyship, the Chief Justice, invited my chiefs and I to come and receive. Will you believe that judges of this country, they were so moved by our plight that they have contributed 125,000 cedis. And their wish is very clear that the money will be used for one borehole and the rest they want to support our Safe Alternative Housing Initiative.
Okay.
Very, very touching. I mean, the Chief Justice herself, and I just put up the pictures last night. Very beautiful ceremony yesterday. And they say that they can't wait for us to finish the second one. They will all come and then we can rejoice in the commissioning. So second one has started. The second housing project has started in Mefe, around the Holy Christ area. And we are determined to beat our own record. You know, we did the first one in 7 weeks. We want to see if we can do this in some 5 or 6 weeks. We were really determined. We are working very hard. And we want to thank all those who are coming through for us. Reverend Isud Anaba sent us 50,000 cedis. His church elders were there to present it. We thank him very much. We have the chief imam, you remember, who has also sent in 70,000 Ghana cedis. So little by little, all of those who are coming through for us, Corporate Ghana, we have a few pledges. There's a company called Davido Roofing Sheets. They have offered that. They said they were so impressed with what we achieved with the first one. So they are going to give us free roofing sheets. And I want to thank Davido very, very much for that offer. So Ghanaians are coming through for us. I think that because we haven't sat back, folded our hands, or, raised our hands in despair and crying that the government has abandoned us, and we are doing our own, initiatives, I think that has really touched the heart of many, many Ghanaians. And they are coming through for us. You remember what engineers and planners, Mr. Ibrahim Muhammad, did for us, the dredging. He's also promised that his architects are designing some housing project that he will come back and help us with. So Ghanaians have really been phenomenal. I mean, Mawum's construction, for example, helped us with the roads that were cut off, and they quickly, reconstructed those roads for us. When I appealed to them, they didn't hesitate at all. Less than a week, they were there. So I mean, I cannot thank Ghanaians enough. Ghanaians have been absolutely phenomenal. I mean, either as companies, as individuals, as families, as foundations. I mean, there are still, I have a tall list of people that I'm yet to acknowledge publicly, which we will, because we keep updating the list of those who have come through to support us. So we are working very hard. You can tell, Senna, that we are not resting on our arse. I mean, you can't rest when human beings are living like refugees in their own hometown, living in classrooms. I mean, some of the conditions, you will not even put your pet through those conditions. They are the mercy of the vagaries of the weather. Mosquitoes are having a field day. I mean, those conditions are not good for even your worst enemy. So I can't sleep, I can't rest until we have built enough houses and moved our people in. And my approach is that, yes, I'll remind government of their obligation. I'll remind them that they are keeping our taxes. I'll remind them that in the contingency vote of 2023, Parliament approved 533 million cedis in there. They don't see our plight as contingency. And yet they saw building a cathedral as contingency and putting 339 million to create a hole, the biggest manhole in the world, most expensive in the world. And here we are, when a real contingency has come, a real emergency, government says they don't have money. And yet they have 230.5 million. And I mean, reflect over this figure, 230.5 million. This payment is more than what they say they will give us for the whole year, next year. In the 2024 budget, they put in 220 million for all the affected communities. What they have paid only a few days ago to GPGC is more than that allocation for the entire year. More than that allocation. And remember that this is just part payment. This 230.5 million is just part payment.
Yeah, that's only $20 million.
They are going to be paying 1.6 billion cedis. Billion. A judgment that they created. This could have been avoided. Look, even the cost of that plant, if the people were working, we'll have had to pay them $114 for 5 years. And they will have delivered power, will have created industries, jobs will have come up, and they will get money that they have worked for. Now, All they have to do, cross their legs, and we are paying them far more than they will have earned in their entire 5-year period. We are paying them $140 million in just a few weeks. And they are smiling all the way to the bank. And yet, we can't take care of our distressed people, our displaced people. The VRA-induced victims have been abandoned. And we are paying foreign companies judgment debt. Look, you see, sometimes I get emotional when I see the cruelty. I come to terms with the wickedness of fellow Ghanaians who have been voted for as leaders, and they treat us this way. It's heart-wrenching.
Well, you say your plan is to beat your own record of 7 weeks. What you're doing at Mefe, is it bigger than what you did at, because I understand this one, is it at Aveima?
Yes, this one is at Aveima, because when we started, when we cut the sword, remember, Mefe was underwater. There was really no land we could find. We went around in Mefe, there was no land. And the contractors didn't find anywhere conducive because Mefe was really underwater. And we couldn't wait. We were very proactive. So we found high ground in Aveima, and that's what we have used for this project. But now the water has receded, thanks to the dredging we did, thanks to engineers and planners, thanks to Mr. Ibrahim Mahama. So now have land in Mefe, which we are using for the second one, which has started already. And it's around the same size. It's around the same size. We've only added a few more facilities. So this is an enhanced package. This time we are adding a few kitchens. We are adding a few storerooms. We are adding a TV room as well. So that they can be a bit more comfortable. So we've done a review of the first one. We think that if we add a few of these facilities in the second one, it will make my people a bit more comfortable. So we'll continue to serve them in diligence and with integrity, with hard work, with vision. We'll go all out to make sure that they are not abandoned in their classrooms. I'm very, very determined. So let me use this platform to appeal to Ghanaians. We would really be grateful if people come through for us as they have always done. We need more support. A lot of the initial support has been food items and clothing. Now, if we can get some building materials, we really appreciate it. A lot of cement, iron rods, plumbing materials, electrical materials. We'll be very, very happy if you can come to our aid with because we want to build a lot of these houses. Remember, we are talking about over 12,000 people who have been displaced. So we need to have a lot more of these houses. And you have seen our capacity. You have seen how serious we are. We guarantee you, quick results. And we've set up structures. Nothing is coming to me personally. We have an accountability elders council. The chiefs are there. This is a very transparent and accountable system. Everything is going directly. I mean, I even tell donors, if you come and you want to even go and pour your cement at the site, see that it has gone directly into the project, we are happy. We're very, very happy. We'll even host you. We'll even get you a place you can, sit and eat and supervise. Make sure that your building materials are going into the project. So you can be rest assured, we are not engaged in any opacity, any diversion, any delay tactics. Lives are at stake. And so please don't hesitate to come to our aid. If you want to support the laborers too with their per day, they've been very kind. They've given us half of the market rate as their charges. And so if you also want to do a cash donation, we are happy to receive it, to go to the council or directly to the foreman in the field to pay the workers. So it's a very, very transparent, efficient system which is delivering, and we are quite confident that we can beat our own 7 weeks record. We are working hard at that. And the Ghanaian people are welcome to help us. Even if you're a plumber or you're a mason and you have a free time, you want to come and assist us, we'll receive you happily. Everybody is welcome.
For a lot of people, and some of the people who are listening to us, people are listening to us outside this country, they will be unable to come down to give these things to you. There are some people who are even listening in Ghana who would find making a donation through a Momo platform much more convenient and easier. What do they do in this case? Which number should they be reaching out for if they want to help in one way or the other?
Thank you very much for this question. You are right. Many people have been asking for the Momo number, and let me give it out. It's 050 500 6633. So 050 500 6633. So 050 500 6633.
Okay, that's a Vodafone number.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And if you want the MTN number, let me also give that out. That is 0244 33 6710. So
Okay.
0244 33 6710.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Yes.
people usually want to find. Okay.
You can also specify what you want it to be used for.
Okay.
You know, you can specify if it's to buy cement, if it's for iron rods, if it's for the laborers. Just specify, because we are going to be acknowledging everybody, unless those who say because of their jobs or what they do, they don't want to be acknowledged. You can let us know, but at least we'll keep the records because this is very important for transparency's sake. Because we have said that at the end of all of this exercise, we will invite private auditors to audit everything that has gone on. You know, we are big on transparency and accountability. We don't want any scandal out of this disaster. I think it will be totally unconscionable, you know. So this is a humanitarian crisis, and we are making sure that nobody takes advantage of this process.
Just one more thing. First of all, let me confirm this number: 050 500 6633 is the first one.
Correct.
Then 0244 33 67 10.
Yes.
The question that a lot of people will ask is, if I try sending money to these numbers, what name should I see that will encourage me to go ahead to complete the process?
Yes. So these are members of the housing committee. So the first one you see Blaze Asanga.
Okay.
Blaze. And then the second one you see Irene Mensah.
Okay.
That's the 0244. That belongs to Irene Mensah.
Okay.
So they are all members of the housing committee, and they will duly acknowledge. And everybody who sends in money, I call them personally to thank them. So if you don't receive a call from me, then it means that it's gone to the wrong place.
Okay.
It's gone to the wrong place, because I know there are some unscrupulous people who have tried to take advantage, created their own Momo accounts.
Okay.
But we'll get them, because I filed a complaint with the police, and we are going to get them. We'll fish them out. We don't want anybody to derail our efforts and to take advantage of the plight of the people.
But do not forget that we have a date to go and visit Grandma Vic. I'm sure he's listening to us.
Yes. We'll do that next week. Yeah. I'm really eager to see her. I mean, I'll need her blessings. So I'll go with you. And you know, it's so touching. I mean, people giving us their all. I mean, there's a former ambassador who called me a few days ago that, you know, her really, really top designer clothes that she couldn't even get to use as an ambassador. She wants to donate it to, you know, some woman. And so she just sent her the list and their contact, and she'll ship them over to them. And then you have been helping people on the quiet. My assembly member in Bolo, in Macau called Bolo, told me that you sent him clothing, very nice. He was wearing one the day he told me.
Well, that is not from. Nice. That's actually from our listeners. And
yes, a very nice polo shirt.
Yes.
Yeah. So you are doing a lot of good things behind the scenes. You are not telling me, but once I get to know, I'll expose you. I'll let the people, the people who are helping you, know that we have received the items, and we are praying for all of them. Ghanaians have been so kind. And God bless all of you. I mean, Radio Gold. And the quality of the items. I mean, you won't believe that Bolo is wearing the polo shirt to church, and he doesn't want to even change it. He's so excited about it, And it's nice. It's very, very nice. And we feel really loved, and may the good Lord bless all Ghanaians. We are really touched. We appreciate all the support.
On behalf of my listeners, we'll do what we can to help. Thank you for speaking to us this morning.
Thank you. But when you bring the good things, just let me know. Let me know.